completed? Intelligence, memory, learning, and you need to do right now creativity. You need to do right now creativity. Getting? So, creativity. Creativity, if you want to draw its diagram, first is meaning of creativity. Meaning of creativity. As you know that creativity means to create something new which is not existing. What, Swati? To create something new what is not existing. So that is, and there is nature of creativity. Nature of creativity. So here is various psychologists explain various types of natures or various uh, natures of creativity are there. Other is Other is types of creativity. You know, there is a 4 types of creativity. That is little c. Little c, as well as mini c, pro c, yeah, and as well as big C. Very nice. Very. I hope you have studied from very good teacher. So that you have not studied.
That is the great.
So that here is a little C, mini C, pro C. Even I was teaching in morning class, paper 2. So I explained that there are all these things. So that is a little C is related to our personal life. Personal life. Like if we are changing our hairstyle, if we start to do makeup, right? So all these are part of daily life creativity, personal creativity. So personal creativity is here. Other is creativity which is related to our daily life. Daily life. And the pro scene is related to profession. Profession. In our profession, we change also several things. Like the way of teaching, I used to different in different class, different batch. That every professional change or create something new. And there is big C, that is creativity, which influence to the a large number of group of peoples. That creativity is basically like the invention of bulb. Invention of bulb is not only has not only influenced to American people, it also influenced to Indian also, even old words. So there is the types of creativity. Then measurement of creativity. Measurement of creativity. So there is basically 2 types of measurements in creativity. First is the international creativity test, and what is that?
India.
Indian creativity test. International is like you can take the example like Guilford test. Guilford. Other TTCT, Tolerance Test of Creativity. Other is RATC, RATS, RAT only RATS, Remote Association Test. And Indian creativity test made by like Bakar Mehdi, Other is Professor K.L. Singh. K.L. Singh. And some tests made by NCERT and like made by Jalota, Bhati, lot of others are also. So, other is what is the relation between creativity with intelligence? So, relationship with creativity and intelligence. So, relationship between intelligence and creativity. So, please score those who are in life. Uh, I will repeat the things: relationship with creativity and intelligence. Last point. So this is the entire topic of, and one you can also how to improve creativity. And last point you can also do, or you can also write, that is how to improve creativity. Means what are the techniques to improve creativity? There are the several techniques to improve creativity. So this is a basic points of one of the other theme of cognitive psychology. Even we will draw other themes right now because we need to do something faster. It is just yeah. So other concept is like put the heading thinking. Put the heading thinking. Thinking. So thinking. In the thinking, first of all, we will definitely understand the meaning of thinking. Meaning of thinking. Getting? Then here is the next thing is nature of thinking. Nature of thinking. Right? Then types of thinking. Types of thinking. I think these diagrams will help you to understand the concepts of thinking, memory, etc. etc. It will help you or not? Because आपको एक आइडिया लग जा रहा है ना कि किस टॉपिक में कितना करना है, राइट? इससे ज्यादा है ही नहीं तो क्या करोगे आप? जबरदस्ती करना हो तो कर लेना कुछ और, राइट? नेक्स्ट थिंग इज types of thinking. So there is basically two types of thinking. One is artistic thinking. Artistic thinking. Other is imperialism. Empirical. That realistic thinking. So there is the difference between artistic. Auto means which is not based on reality. Most of the song, most of the movies, TV serials are based on artistic thinking, and there is clearly written these are based on visuals. हिंदी में क्या? इमेजिनेशन. यह धारावाहिक पूरी तरह से काल्पनिक है. इसमें सभी पात्र और एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा इनका वास्तविकता से कोई मतलब नहीं. It is written. So artistic thinking and elastic thinking have how many types of Palak? 4. One is convergent. कन्वर्जेंट एज वेल एज। अब देखो इस डायग्राम का बेनिफिट आपको पता है क्या मिलेगा। आप अगर बाय द वे कोई भी बुक्स पढ़ना शुरू करो तो उस टॉपिक्स में ढूंढो, आई मीन उस बुक्स में ढूंढो क्या टॉपिक्स मेरा कंप्लीट हो गया नहीं हो गया। अगर टॉपिक्स कंप्लीट हो गया फिर उसके बाद सिलेबस चेक कर लो, दैट विल गिव यू बेटर पिक्चर। एंड इवन आई वांट टू सजेस्ट यू ये सारे फ्रेम्स एक फाइल में बना के रख लो, इकट्ठा रख लो, कुछ नहीं करना, फ्रेम्स याद करो। विद द हेल्प ऑफ फ्रेम्स यू कैन राइट वेरी गुड आंसर। And getting next thing is convergent, and that is what divergent thinking, convergent thinking as well as divergent. Other is creative thinking, other is evaluative thinking. Even some other classification is also possible, other classification is also possible, right? So the next is, in that even you can add one more topic, problem solving. Problem solving, there is, you can add one more topic, problem solving. So somebody is asking kahe ki class hai. It is a class of psychology. Okay. Okay, next is here is then factor which is affecting our thinkings, factor which affects our thinking means there are a lot of factors which affects our thinking. The material, mood, lot of factors are there which affects our, and theories are not important. In a this one means in the thinking topic some theories are there but they are not too much important, and even it is written in high level of psychology books, otherwise not important. Right now the next topic is problem solving. Problem solving, what is the meaning of problem solving? Problem solving means, here is the meaning of problem solving. Meaning of problem solving, first thing is meaning of problem solving. Second is methods of problem solving. Methods of problem solving. One is here, problem solving have basically two methods. One is random methods. Random. Suppose you want to solve the problem of UPSC, means you want to crack UPSC, you can start to study randomly. Like one day history, one day geography, and one day something something. So that is what? Random problem solving. Other is what? Systematic. Systematic problem solving. So systematic problem solving is the best way. Like right now everything is, we are planning. हमें हर चीज प्लान करना चाहिए, ऐसे करना चाहिए. So this is a systematic problem solving technique. And what about systematic problem solving? First is, that is the planning method. First is planning method. Second is end mean method. End mean method. Heuristic method. Heuristic. Lot of concepts of heuristics are there, right? Heuristics methods for the problem solving. Even there is elimination method also. elimination method. What is the elimination method? Step by step method. We are solving step by step, which is the like while you face the UPSC exam, there are the four options are given. Which one is the worst for that? Which one is the worst description of that question? First eliminate that. Ready? So that we have a different types of problem solving. On the basis of problem solving, we develop concepts. And then here is reasoning. It is reasoning also. So even it is not visible in camera, so those who are watching online, please careful. A concept is given. So concepts, reasoning. So while we are doing the cognitive psychology, these four themes are very important. One is thinking, problem solving, concepts, as well as reasoning. Ready? Concepts like conjunctive concept, disjunctive concepts. Concepts are also different types. Conjunctive concept. आप बताना है कौन सा concept होगा? Disjunctive concept and conjunctive. Ram is good boy, but he is lazy. Conjunctive concept है disjunctive. कैसे? पता ही नहीं चला कि conjunctive क्या होता है, disjunctive. Conjunctive means when one concept is supporting to other concept, and when one concept is demotivated by the other concept. Like Ram is good boy, but he is lazy. So what concept is there? Disjunctive. Like Ashish is a hard-working boy. Huh. Yeah. This conjunctive concept means like Ashish is hard-working so that he success exam, so that he pass the exam. So hard work is justifying success. So this is conjunctive. Very interesting. When I will teach you, you will enjoy a lot. Very interesting things are. Concepts banana. And I check in your copy also. When I check your copy, I also check all these things. What type of concepts you are framing in your sentences? Conjunctive, disjunctive, ordinate, superordinates. Which type of concepts you are writing? Like the hotel is very good, but it is expensive. What type of concept? Disjunctive concept. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
Means when one concept is supporting or in the one concept is in favor, but other is also against of that. That is disjunctive concept. So this is the concept of thinking problem solving. This is unit number 8. Paper 1. Very interesting things. Very interesting. So जो कितना मजा आने वाला है. Artistic thinking. तुम जो कह दोगे चांद तारों को तोड़ लाऊंगा मैं. So चांद तारा means he is astronaut. He want to break. फूल सा चेहरा तो चेहरा फूल हो गया. हाँ. That is the deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning, right? Other is I also forget that. Fourth, inductive reasoning. 4 types of reasoning are there. Logic. Deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning. Even I forget 2 more. I hope I need to. Logical तो नहीं, logical is not part of it. वो तो deductive inductive का ही part हो जाएगा. If you want to go in detail, तो I am ready to tell. थोड़ा सा 2 मिनट रुकना पड़ेगा बस. ठीक, कितना sufficient. Right. Next next thing you need to draw, that is perception. Next thing you need to draw perception.
Attention, perception, and perception.
Attention, perception, sensation, all. Yes, those which are cognitive process and attention and perception. Perception. So here is perception and attention. I will write apostrophe. Attention and perception.
परसेप्शन क्रिएट होने का मेन रीजन क्या होता है ह्यूमन बॉडी में?
Perception, sensation. Perception क्रिएट होने का मेन रीजन होता है sensation. Other is learning.
Attention, sensation, and perception.
एग्जांपल
Huh? Very good. As I told in one class, sensation, or we have first thing is sense organ. Sense organ will create what? Sensation. And sensation will create what? Perception. And perception will create what? Learning. Perception will create what? Getting my points? So, without sensation, suppose you are listening my voice, you are watching on the screen, listening with the help of how? With the help of ear, with the help of eye, and all these things are creating you what? Sensation. And that sensations are well perceived by whom? Us. But all sense organs will not create perception, because sensation plus attention will create perception. जैसे आप बहुत सारी चीजें आपके पास सेंसेशन पैदा हो रही होंगी. Lot of things are near to you which are creating sensation, but all sensation will not create, because on which sensation we will pay attention, that will convert into perception. मेरी सारी बातें कान में जा रही, लेकिन सारी आपके दिमाग में परसीव नहीं. So उसके लिए फिर क्या करना पड़ा होगा? Perception plus attention is equal to. अब देखो, जैसे एक हमारे परसेप्शन कैसे बनते हैं? On the basis of learning also. Like British have one of the perception, the blacks are poor, blacks are bad. ये किसकी कॉन्सेप्ट है? ब्रिटिश. तो उनको लर्निंग ही दी गई, तुमने क्या गलती है? All blacks are not bad. Apartheid movement run by Nelson Mandela. So that's totally based on which? Blackness. Like आपको परसेप्शन दिया गया, आपको ये लर्निंग दी गई कि एक मेल और फीमेल कभी दोस्त नहीं हो सकते. ये तो मूवी का डायलॉग नहीं है. एक लर्निंग दी गई कि जिसके साथ व्यापार करना, उसके साथ ध्यान मत करना, समथिंग लाइक। तो ये सब क्या है, इस तरह की लर्निंग है। तो उसी लर्निंग अब इमेजिन करो कि मैंने पहला वाला एग्जांपल क्या दिया था, ब्लैक और ब्लैक सब नहीं, उसके बाद कंफ्यूजन है, कंफ्यूजन सॉल्यूशन कुछ
मेल एंड फीमेल कभी तो उसने
हाँ यस। सो मेल एंड फीमेल, अब जस्ट इमेजिन करो आपको लर्निंग ये दिखाई गई। स्टीरियोटाइप जो प्रेजुडिस बनते हैं परसेप्शन के तो बेस पे बनते हैं, जिस तरह की उनको लर्निंग दी गई। सपोज द वन मेल एंड टू वन फीमेल आर स्टडीइंग टुगेदर इन अ रूम, आप पहुंच गए, अच्छा योर माइंड इज एडवांस, कुछ तो गड़बड़, दैट इज व्हाट बेस्ड ऑन लर्निंग। तो लर्निंग के बेस पे आपके परसेप्शन, सम टाइम आवर लर्निंग सेट आवर परसेप्शन। फटा हुआ कपड़ा मतलब dirty clothes, muddy clothes, what we call them, but ऐसा नहीं होता। It is always true, this perception is always true, but हमें learning ये दी गई है। The person sometimes who is very rich, he also wears simple clothes. Ready? So I want to say, perception creates learning. Because all the things in our perception will not convert into. So highest perception is important, highest sensation is important. Next, first is meaning of perception. Meaning of perception. Right? I am going again draw framework. This is the unit number 5, paper 1. 5 we have drawn, 6 we have, 5 we are drawing. 5th we have completed. 6th we have completed. 7 no, motivation and emotion not complete. I mean, it is not a topic of cognitive psychology. It is a personality psychology. It is a topic of which? Personality psychology. Personality psychology में कौन से टॉपिक हैं? One of them is motivation, other is emotion. Here is next is factor. There are the basically 3 factors which affects our perception. First is stimulus. Stimulus, perceiver, and third is learning. Right? So these 3 factors influence, and then here is approach of perception. UPSC has asked question this year from in between topic.
सर क्या हम सेंसेशन को फील करने के लिए भी लर्निंग का इस्तेमाल किया?
हाँ, सेंसेशन इन्फ्लुएंस बाय लर्निंग।
सर अगर मैं मेरी आंखें बंद करके मैं अपनी माँ को छू रहा हूँ, so will it
possible? It is possible. We have a 2 memory. One is biological memory, other is psychological memory. Biological memory is stronger than psychological memory. The touch, the feel in hand of mother will create a stronger memory as compared to the learnings knowledge. Suppose ऐसे कह सकते हो, ऐसे जस्ट आपने जो अपनी माँ की गोद में खेला है ना, माँ के साथ गले लग के चिपक करके खेल खेल के बड़े हुए होते हो ना, माँ अगर सीढ़ियों में होती है ना, तभी भी आप पहचान लेते हो। You can easily identify your mother's face in stair. पता है कि चलने की तरीके से माँ को पहचान लेते हो, ये मेरी माँ ही हो। Why? Because your memory is very strong with your mother. Even माँ की बनाई हुई चपाती भी आप पहचान लेते हो। Is it possible or not? आपके जीवन में होता है कि नहीं? मतलब माँ की बनाई हुई रोटी पहचान। Even I can also still identify. Till today I can identify. कि मेरी माँ ने रोटी बनाई है। Biological memory. There is a concept contact comfort. Contact comfort concept एक हार्लो नाम के साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने दिया। Which psychologist? हार्लो, HARLO, HARLOW, हार्लो। हार्लो से कहता है कि अगर माँ की गोदी में बच्चा खेलता है ना, जो उसको कांटेक्ट मिलता है, that is good for him. It's work like a protein and vitamin. It works like a protein and vitamin. Mother's love is too much important for a child. Too much. अब इसी पे एक बहुत अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट है भी। The persons, you know that they have lot of affairs and relations and so many things. इसके ड्रॉबैक क्या है? साइकोलॉजिकली देयर इज लॉट ऑफ ड्रॉबैक्स। इमेजिन करो मैंने बहुत सारे फ्रेंड बनाए, बॉडी टच हो गई, हाथ मिला है, शेक किया, एक्सेट्रा। कभी बैठ करके कंधे पे गाड़ी पे घूमने चले। सो दैट विल क्रिएट व्हाट? बायोलॉजिकल मेमोरी। एंड अगर हमने बहुत सालों के साथ में हाथ टच किया, तो बहुत सालों के साथ में क्या हो जाएगी? बायोलॉजिकल मेमोरी। एंड इट विल बी टू स्ट्रॉन्गर। और बुढ़ापे में मेमोरी सबसे ज्यादा डिप्रेशन का रीजन बनती है। इन द ओल्ड एज इट क्रिएट्स बेसिकली डिप्रेशन।
सर आई हैड अ फ्रेंड।
हाँ
सर उसको नई गर्लफ्रेंड थी। दे हैड सेक्स। तो उसके बाद इसमें मैंने बदलाव देखे। सर इज इट पॉसिबल?
पॉसिबल। Context, biological memory is stronger.
Thinking, perception,
everything. Entire personality. This biological memory is very strong thing. Very strong. As I told, by the fair example, by mother's example. कभी भूल ही नहीं सकता व्यक्ति. And you can take the example of Louis Braille. Louis Braille language is totally based on which? Biological memory. There is a DOS. हम आप टाइम गलत बता सकते हैं, बट ब्रेन लैंग्वेज पीपल विल नेवर स्पीक रॉन्ग। अगर आप उनको नोट्स दे देंगे, हम आपसे गलत हो सकता है पहचानने में, बट उनसे गलतियां नहीं हो सकती। आर यू गेटिंग योर पॉइंट सचिन?
सर विल माय फ्रेंड कम बैक टू नॉर्मल अगेन?
बट इन दैट उसको रिप्लेस किया।
Will it take time for him to forget that biological memory?
Never forget.
There is no decay theory in forgetting.
No, in the biological there is no decay. It always person suppress that memory. उस मेमोरी को दबा देता है, स्पेशली दैट इज व्हिच इज इमोरल। ये तो फ्राइड कहना चाहता है। Don't entertain in other sense, right? It is a class. So I am telling you, so we have two memories. By two fair example, we understand biological memory is very strong memory. And by reading that, we are creating memory, psychological memory.
So ये memory की part, biological और psychological.
It's even not written in books. नहीं लिखा है, but I am telling from my understanding. So next is, first is physiological approach. Physiological approach given by Hibbs. Means this approach said that our perception formed our perception basically formed with the help of our physiological mechanism. Like there is a sense organ will create sensation, sensation will go inside of the mind, and mind will finally create perception. Hibbs has given this concept. Then other approach. Other is ecological approach. UPSC has asked this in this year, in the previous year. अब इसको खूब पढ़ने मत बैठ जाना. बीत गई सो बात गई, जो टूट गया सो टूट गया. So ecological approach. Ecological approach focus mainly on what? Ecology. So there is two approach. One is top-down approach. Other is bottom-up. Bottom-up approach. This UPSC has asked in this in current in the previous mains. Third, then behavioral approach. Behaviorists also said that our perception basically creates by our behavior, due to our behavior mechanism. Like if I am punctual, that will create perception. If I am lazy, I always deny to some works, that will also create perception about me. Fourth, information processing approach. This means our perception formed on the basis of information process. Information processed by our mind. Next approach. Next approach, that is Gestalt approach. Gestalt approach. As we have discussed detail about Gestaltism. And sixth approach is directive state approach. Directive state. This approach is just inverse of Gestalt. You know what was concept of Gestalt? Whole is greater than sum of its part. But what about
What is directive state approach?
it says that if you want to perceive anything, so you need to break them into parts, because breaking of the things will give you better perception as compared to whole. Just it is vice versa of Gestalt. Then artificial approach. This is the approach. And next is types of perception. Types of perception. So we have different types of perception. We have different types of perception. First is depth perception. Depth. In depth, there is monocular. Other is a binocular perception. Monocular perception as well as binocular perception. Other is distance perception. Other is sound perception, color perception, height perception, different types. Visual perception, we call them visual perception. Distance, depth, height, all these are the perceptions. Several types of, even more are there. Then there is next concept is illusion. Next concept is illusion. Illusion. Illusion means Brahm. Illusion, Brahm. Getting? So illusion is also a type of perception. And there is other is delusion. Other is delusion. Even you can write here. Illusion. We have a different types of illusion. Punjo illusion, phi illusion, Muller-Lyer illusions. Right, a lot of like around 7 to 10 types of illusions are there. 7 to 10, minimum 10 types of perceptions are illusions are there. Illusions, Gestalt illusions. Then delusions is there. Delusion. Delusion or hallucination. And next concept उसी के आगे attention. Next concept is attention. What is your attention? Attention is there. Attention. What is attention? Attention is basically a selective process. So first of all, you will deal meaning of attention, then nature of attention, types of attention. Very important. Like selective attention, sustainable attention, focused attention. Selective attention, sustainable attention, and focused attention. Different types of. And then there are some theories are there. Theories. And then factors. What factors affect our perception? So there are a lot of factors which affect our perception. Other is limitations, merit, demerit you can put in because it is normative psychology. Psychology normative science, so that you can put everywhere merits as well as demerit. Getting? So okay. I hope got my points. So this is all these are the frameworks of the cognitive psychology. Now what we have discussed about cognitive psychology, the meaning of cognitive psychology. Some psychologists of cognitive psychology that is given in your notes. Like there are some psychologists nicer. Other is Miller. Miller has given a concept. I hope you know that, very popular. 7 plus. This is called magical number. Magical number concept given by Miller. He was a great scientist. Heard about it? Other is this is used in memory. This maximum of items we can recall like 7 minus 2 or plus 2 like that. This was the concept. So magical number. Other psychologist is Atkinson and Safrin. अब तो समझ में आ गया हो कॉग्निटिव साइकोलॉजिस्ट के मेन अदर इज जीन प्याजे was cognitive psychologist as well as constructivist psychologist. He was a great psychologist.
Are we not dealing with the theories?
Right now, if today we are not going to deal that theory, even we will deal that theory into the coming classes. Ready? So the next point. The next point. So what are the major methods of cognitive psychology? The methods of cognitive psychologist was what method? Experiment method, survey method, observation method, and many more methods has been adopted by cognitive psychology. And actually they are great psychologists. Cognitive psychologists are great psychologists. Because they have adopted several methods. After understanding of the methods, then what are their focus? The focus of cognitive psychology was memory, thinking, problem solving, concepts, perception, all the claims which we have discussed earlier. And what are their major works? Their major works is they develop different types of attention, like sustainable attentions, selective attentions, and other concepts like perception and their principle. Lot of works has been done by. I think अब आपको ये बताने की जरूरत नहीं होगी कि इन्होंने मेन काम क्या किया. Right? Next is then what are their application? What are the application of cognitive psychology? The application of cognitive psychology is used to understand human ability, like thinking ability, problem solving ability. All these are mentioned in notes, right? Mention it is. So go by the notes, not in this notes. That entire notes, उस sectional जो unit 1 का पूरा notes उस notes में mention. Ready? अब then some other application. Right now we are using to understand artificial learnings like computer and so many things. All these based on robots. का पूरा concept किस पे based है? Cognitive psychology. When I was watching movie, I was very much glad and happy after the watching movie. वो कैसे उसमें cognition तो डाल देता, but he was confused कि वो emotion नहीं डाल पा रहा. Finally, he has fixed the emotions. Robot movie Rajinikanth movie. Have you seen that? Asra Ryan with Rajinikanth. So that Chitti robot have all cognitive capacity. He can take decisions. He can do all the mechanistic work. Even humanoids works he can do. But the problem was that robot do not have feelings. So उसको feeling उसने ले आ दिया. Later वही disastrous बन जाता है. So feeling have two things. One, it can create something good like Taj Mahal, or it can create any bad things like Hitler.
ताज महल में भी क्या अच्छा है?
तो have you insurance or not? Get insurance then experience. Next is what are the merits? What are the merits? What are the merits of cognitive psychology? They have lot of merits. The merit means they have even introduced a new themes of human behaviors such as learning, memory, thinking, which is tremendous. And what are demerits? I think demerits है कि उसकी आजकल cognitive psychology बहुत चल रहा है. Right now, here is what is mentioned in the notes. अब आप उस notes को मेरी क्लास में जो डायग्राम बनाए उसको और प्लस जो है वो इसका यूज करके सब आप अपनी नॉलेज को बड़ा करिएगा. इवन मुझे लगता है जो पूरा नोट्स नहीं है. ठीक है, आगे बात करेंगे इसी नोट्स पे. So as I mentioned, structuralism is equal to structuralism plus gestaltism is equal to cognitive psychology. अब ये बातें मैंने एक क्लास में भी डिस्कस करी, क्वेश्चन में भी डिस्कस किया था. सिंपल है. एंड टुडेस क्वेश्चन आई सॉल्व वेरी नाइस. बहुत अच्छा सॉल्व किया. इवन हाँ एक्चुअली देयर वाज अ प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट कि वो वॉइस सही से नहीं आ रही.
कल तक किया था
जो अभी आज किया है वो कर दिया. उसने थोड़ा माइक दूसरा लगा करके रिकॉर्ड कर दिया है तो वॉइस क्वालिटी अच्छी आ गई, तो उससे समझ में ज्यादा है. और क्वेश्चन वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी फैंटास्टिक, वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन. बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन दिया और इतना अच्छा दिया कि आई फील आल्सो वेरी ग्लैड सॉल्विंग ऑफ. हाँ, और इवन उसमें क्या हुआ कि देयर वाज नेहा एंड लॉग एंड एक्सेट्रा. बोले सर ये आप पैसे क्यों फ्री में प्रॉपर्टी देने जा रहे हैं? बिकॉज हाँ
सर प्रॉपर्टी बिल्कुल गेस्टल
हाँ. So next is there are the three assumptions of the information processing approach. अब देखो ये ब्यूटीफुल है. ये ब्यूटी है कि अगर आपने प्रिंट नोट्स, क्लास नोट्स सब मिला लिया तो आपकी बहुत अच्छी समझ में आएगी. And that is there are the three assumptions of information processing approach. Cognition can be understood by analyzing into series of sequential stages. तो अब ये कौन सा अप्रोच अपनाएंगे बता सकते? कौन सा डिबेट फॉलो करेंगे? अलग डिबेट्स.
अच्छा
पहली लाइन में क्लियर हो. अंडरस्टैंड बाय एनालाइजिंग इट इनटू सीरीज मतलब ब्रेक्स. ब्रेकिंग कौन सा है? मॉलिक्यूलर और मोलर. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन मॉलिक्यूलर. Other is the system alters the incoming informations which can lead to unique process in each stages. Very interesting. कितनी बड़ी बात है बोला है कि जो इंफॉर्मेशन सारी किसी भी लेवल पे कुछ भी अल्टर हो सकती है. कुछ भी मेमोरी लेवल पे भी कुछ भी हो सकता है. मेमोरी बहुत अच्छा बना ले, थिंकिंग लेवल पे भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन टेढ़ी होगी. सपोज समटाइम यू हैव वेरी गुड मेमोरी बट सडनली अल्टर योर memory because of coming of new information, तो problem solving पूरा influence हो जाएगा. Other is a goal of this model is to specify the processes and structure since each component is related to the next stage. Therefore, it becomes difficult to identify which stage comes at an initial level. आई होप बहुत अच्छी बात देखी है, समझ में आ गया होगा कि ये कहना चाहता है कि जो पूरा का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर्स है, परसेप्शन, अटेंशन, लर्निंग, मेमोरी, थिंकिंग, ऑल दीस आर इंटररिलेटेड. इसीलिए मैंने देखो सर्कल में बनाया होगा. आई हैव ड्रॉन दैट इनटू द सर्कल. गेटिंग इट? दैट कॉग्निशंस एंटायर कांसेप्ट बिकॉज़ nobody know which comes first. Getting right? Then this is the history of like Bartlett's, Brandwell's, etc., etc. So need to go in it. And there is one of the concept is artificial intelligence, right? Right now you are using ATM. ATM is based on which? Artificial intelligence. Alexa. Right? All these things are according to Nixon and Perkin Smith, human intelligence include etc. etc. Another is in a cognitive psychology, we deals also certain types of addiction also. Cognitive psychology में addiction भी deal करते हैं. So here I introduce some basic type of addiction. Even we will detail into the abnormal psychology paper 2, like behavioral addiction. Some of them have gambling addiction, food addiction, sex addiction, internet addiction, work addiction, exercise addiction. Exercise addiction जानते हो किसके होगा बोला? जो जिम में दो बार जाते हैं, मॉर्निंग इन आल्सो जिम, इवनिंग इन आल्सो जिम, वो और स्टेटस भी लगाते हैं कि आई एम इन जिम. और बड़े अच्छी स्टेटस लगाते, आई एम बिजी, ऐसे लगाते हैं ना. कॉल ओनली इमरजेंसी, कैसे क्या क्या ऐसे. मैं तो कभी नहीं लगाता सर, मेरा कोई स्टेटस लगा है? आएगी तो स्टेटस कहाँ लगेगा? So creates shopping addiction is also Ajay. Shopping addiction. It is mainly known. सब में हो सकता है. I have just asked simple question. They have answered. Gaming addiction. Gaming addiction is increasing in mainly childs. Like there was a game, Blue Whale Games, and right now what PUBG. Other is lot of games are there that is played by small kids. बहुत खेलते. Even my son also. He also enjoy a lot of games. And there is some cognitive deficits, cognitive bias. This concept we will deal in detail later.
Small thing. These two different things. Cognitive deficit.
Cognitive deficit is separate topic. Right now,
सोच नहीं पा रहे हैं.
या जी कई लोगों के पास आज कॉग्निटिव डेफिसिट है, सोच ही नहीं पाते, उनके जीवन में क्या सही क्या गलत सोच ही नहीं पाते. That is called cognitive deficit. Some people have क्या बोले, they don't have cognitions. What is right and wrong for them? Cognitive bias. We have a different types of bias, like available heuristics, cognitive economy, social influences. So we have different types of bias. Here is mentioned some bias name. I mentioned why, because these are the technical names and these words you can use in our daily vocabulary. Like there is also positive illusion. Positive illusion means तुझमें रब दिखता है तो मैं क्या करूं? Getting my points? Positive illusion is some person who are praying to God, or some students who are preparing UPSC, उनको रात में रिजल्ट आ जाता है, सपने में रिजल्ट आता होगा, पास हो गया, बट जब सपना टूटता है तभी तो सपना था, खास रियलिटी होती तो मजा आता है. So that is called positive illusions.
चलिए ह्यूरिस्टिक क्या होता है?
और कई बार ऐसे बच्चों को भी होता है कि किसी कभी ऐसे इवेंट सुने होंगे अखबार वगैरह में, वेट आई एम टेलिंग कि किसी बच्चे ने गलत रोल नंबर दिखा करके मिठाई खिला दिया घर वालों. अभी हुआ था ना हाँ. Means he was so much excited about the result, and when he watched the roll number, that was different roll number. और बाद में पता चला कि तो मेरा रिजल्ट है ही किसी और. खैर घर वालों को थोड़ी देर खुशी मिलती है. Then next is hindsight bias. In group out group bias. So these are the different type of psychological bias Even Shashi has asked me that what is heuristics? Heuristics means mental shortcut. Coaching is a big example of heuristics, mental shortcut. आपको शॉर्टकट बताते हैं कि बस इतना पढ़ लो हो जाएगा, that will be sufficient. Like we provide you 70 for student. 70 topic पढ़ो बस पीटी हो जाएगा. Why you are pondering in the lot of syllabus? Don't waste time. पढ़ लेना बाद में, आईएएस बनने का पहले आईएएस पढ़ो. Social bias is also, organizational bias is also. All these words you can even search on the Google and find their meanings. Even I can write the meanings, but मैंने लिखा नहीं, मैंने कहा शॉर्टकट ही बोलना जरूरी है. Right? These are very nice words. You can do. Decision making bias, like base rate fallacy, gambling fallacy, negatively biased, illusory correlations, framing, all these are the reason of decision making bias. And ये अगर समझ में आ गया तो आपका पीटी कभी खराब नहीं होगा. Because sometimes जब आप पीटी लिखते हो ना आपको आता रहता फिर भी सोचते हो अरे रिजल्ट, क्योंकि fear is very high actively in your mind. तो फिर वही ऑप्शंस गलत भर के आते हैं. फिर बाद में सोचते हो काश यार ऐसा नहीं किया होता तो मजा आ गया. So that is a kind of bias. Then mitigation of cognitive bias means how we can eliminate the types of bias. इसको कैसे कम करें? We will deal in detail. Then executive functions. Executive functions means how our minds execute any informations and how react over any informations. So there is some key components. There are some key components like working memory, task switching. Very interesting words are there. Very interesting. Search करना आशीष. अब बहुत मजा आएगा. इसको बैठ के अगर आपने सर्च कर लिया तो बहुत अच्छे वर्ड्स आपको मेंस ईटी जीएस सब में लिखने में हेल्प मिल जाएगा. And if you will watch carefully interview of any aspirant, उसकी अपनी vocabulary देखो बहुत अच्छी होती है कई बार. Like this year topper I watched, the vocabulary was very interesting, very nice. बहुत selective vocabulary मैंने देखी, बहुत अच्छी vocabulary. Other is here, certain fine brain actions involve the frontal lobes, जो हमारे brain और हमारे cognitions का relation होता है. We have a frontal lobe which is mainly responsible for the cognitive memory. Right? Like frontal lobe, I mentioned that here, underline the words frontal lobe. Frontal lobe में सारी चीजें होती हैं. जितने आइडिया जनरेट होते हैं कहाँ पर होते हैं? Frontal lobe. Beginning with actions वहीं से शुरू होता है. Continuing action till the stopping it over. Then transacting cognitively and physically start with next up. So steps. So all these are there. Transaction cognitively means all these are the basically concepts you need to study well. इसको आप पढ़ना पड़ेगा. हाई डिटेल में तो हम पढ़ेंगे यूनिट नंबर दैट इज यूनिट नंबर लास्ट. Last means not last. In the last also, even also into the unit number 8 or 9. In the 8 unit number 8 because thinking problem solving is there. तो वहाँ पर bias वगैरह आएंगे topics. Other concept is metacognition. Metacognition is basically higher order of cognitive capacity. It entire means जब आप बहुत छोटी-छोटी चीजों पे awareness आ जाती हो आपको, so that is metacognitions, right? That helps to manage your own cognitions. So metacognitions में दो parts या तीन parts कर सकते हैं. One is meta knowledge, meta regulations, meta experiences. बहुत बारीक से बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजों की नॉलेज आ जाए, बहुत छोटी चीजों का रेगुलेट करना सीख जाएं, बहुत ही अच्छा अपने एक्सपीरियंस के ऊपर कंट्रोल हो जाए, दैट मीन्स यू हैव मेटाकॉग्निशन. So metacognitions and all these things we need to deal. So अभी यूपीएससी ने इस बार भी शायद इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ था. कुछ इसी ऐसा ही टॉपिक है मेटाकॉग्निशन भी शायद exactly not able to recall, but so this is a basic idea about the cognitive approach, and in tomorrow's class we will deal about biological approach. Next heading is biological. This will also give you very much enjoyable topic, especially जो इसमें मजा आएगा, that is dealing of different types of syndromes, and in that if you will understand biological approach, this will help you unit number 3, unit number 4. What is unit number 4? Developmental psychology. So means developmental psychology you can easily understand and interpret if you have good understanding on the biological approach. So thank you for today's class. Remaining we will do on tomorrow. Thank you.